Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in today. This is First and Vaughan. You know this show is bomb. Jakob's out here dabbing like he's Cam Newton. He's reporting on the NFL. He's the #1 analyst. He's speaking facts and haters can't handle it. But the real animal is RJ. When he has the camera, you know it's a party. He be filming and shooting, making these reels like a movie, editing scenes. He's the greatest cameraman, you can't refute it. Oh, this is First and Vaughan. Oh, this is First and Vaughan. Oh, this is First and Vaughan. This is First and Vaughan. This is First and Vaughan, you know.
Welcome to First and Vaughan. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday night, November 2nd, 2016. I am your host, football analyst, and announcer, Jakob Vaughan. Behind the camera, we have producer, editor, and filmer, RJ Thomas. This is a weekly show. We'll get better and better each and every week. Here are the results from last week's fan poll. Looked like y'all didn't show Drew Brees any love. That's alright. Looks like the majority of you agreed with my POTW last week. In our lineup today we have for you all, currently trending, my POTR, my POTW, Jakob's Pick 6, Fantasy Visions, Elite, and 30 Seconds in the Pocket. Let's get started on recapping Week 8 of the NFL. We're halfway there. Whoa. Come on people, it's First and Vaughan. Get excited. Currently trending from Week 8 in the NFL, just when things can't get worse for the Cleveland Browns, they fell to 0-8. And it seems like they play football just as good as they can spell. Sunday, the banners in the stands were held up in order GPODAWUND instead of Go Dog Pound. I don't see them winning a single game this year. Cam Newton will be meeting with Commissioner Roger Goodell after Cam Newton said in his press game conference that he doesn't feel safe and all the late no-call hits are taking the fun out of the game for him. This could be a first in the NFL. Seattle Seahawks safety Earl Thomas was flagged for hugging the ref as his way of celebrating his touchdown interception against the New Orleans Saints. POTR, my player on the rise. Washington Redskins rookie running back Rob Kelly. He rushed for 87 yards and a touchdown in London against the Cincinnati Bengals. Kelly has been very productive back for the Redskins when given the opportunity. POTW, my player of the week, Oakland Raiders. Quarterback Derek Carr, he led his team to an overtime win against the Buccaneers and completed 40 of his 59 passes for 513 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. What a day Derek Carr had.
What about Jameis Winston?
Now we move on to Jakob's Pick 6. Here we go. I'm ready to take this recap of my top 6 stories from Week 8 all the way to the house for a touchdown. We do not accept anything other than a touchdown here at First and Vaughan. 7-time Pro Bowler wide receiver Andre Johnson, former Houston Texan and now a Tennessee Titan, was in the middle of his season this year, and this past Monday, he retired. His next stop will definitely be in Canton. Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver Jordan Matthews is calling the Eagles rookie quarterback Carson Wentz and Dallas Cowboys rookie quarterback Dak Prescott the next Peyton Manning and Tom Brady rivalry. The only difference is that we are going to see them twice a year and possibly playoffs. Now this is something cool for y'all. Last week, I predicted during the 30 Seconds in the Pocket segment that the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks would reach Super Bowl 51 and the Patriots would win. Seems like President Obama watched First and Vaughan. After this past Friday, he predicted the Patriots would beat the Seahawks in Super Bowl 51. Well hey, President Obama, stick to being a president for the next few months. Let me handle the football talk. For the first time since 1997, in back-to-back weeks, 2 NFL games ended in a tie. Last week it was the Seahawks and Cardinals. In Week 8, it was the Redskins and Bengals. I don't think Redskins fans are too happy about the missed field goal. The Raiders and Buccaneers almost ended in a tie also. The NFL has to change this overtime format. Like Drake said, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said on Monday that quarterback Tony Romo is not ready to play yet. So rookie quarterback Dak Prescott will start in Week 9 versus the Browns. That game will be a blowout. Jerry Jones, 2 episodes ago, I went off about this quarterback situation. Now I'm saying, make Tony Romo a quarterback coach or something where he stays on the sidelines and isn't a part of the roster. Better yet, just trade Romo. Dak is the future. We have a heartwarming story for you to end Jakob's Pick 6. Tampa Bay Buccaneers rookie running back Peyton Barber, he left Auburn early last year as a sophomore running back to enter the NFL draft. Barber wasn't expected to be a high pick in last year's draft, but he left Auburn anyways. Why? Well, let me tell you. His mother was homeless while he was attending Auburn as a student athlete. The running back went undrafted and was signed by the Buccaneers as a free agent. This past week, he was able to buy his homeless mom a place of her own. Fantasy visions is what I like to call my visions of the upcoming week in fantasy football. I'm going to say add, drop, start, and sit these players. I hope you all watched and listened to First and Vaughan last week and will keep doing so each week. Let's continue to help our viewers of fantasy football. Add Philadelphia Eagles running back Darren Sproles. Head coach Doug Peterson suggested that he would be considered the starting running back over Ryan Matthews. After the game he had against the Cowboys, I don't blame him. Darren is owned in 28.5% of NFL.com's fantasy football leagues. Now here's who I say you need to drop from your fantasy team. Drop Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back Doug Martin, who hasn't played since week 2. At least this point in your fantasy football season, you can easily pick up one of their backup running backs, Bills running backs, or even one of the Redskins running backs. Drop the muscle hamster, who is owned in 83% of NFL.com's fantasy football leagues. Jacob, who do I start this week, you may ask? Well, here's who I say should give the what? You better start me start of the week. Start Allen Hurns, wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He finally had a great game worth talking about on this past Thursday night football game when they played against the Titans. He is now facing the Kansas City Chiefs this week, and the Chiefs give up the 7th most points to wide receivers in fantasy football. Up next, I have who you should keep the bench warm on your fantasy team during this cold fall weather. Sit Buffalo Bills running back LeSean McCoy. Everyone knows him by his nickname Shady because he's so shifty, but his shiftiness has taken a hit with a hamstring injury. He was inactive this past week, and this week he will face the tough Seattle Seahawks defense. I will answer any questions y'all have about fantasy football. The Elite. Time to figure out if your team can squeeze into my
Top five.
and be considered elite. Here are my top 5 teams going to their Week 9 matchup. And at number 5, we have the Denver Broncos. They're sitting at 6-2 and are now depending on rookie running back Booker to help take pressure off of quarterback Trevor Siemian and play the Oakland Raiders this Sunday night. And for my number 4 spot, I have the team that the Broncos will face, the Oakland Raiders. They are also at 6-2 and are having an unbelievable season, and their defense is finally starting to play. This Sunday night game will be a good one for sure. Don't be surprised if the Raiders rise to 7-2 after this week. Going into my top three teams, I have the Atlanta Falcons. They face Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football. Julio Jones is always fighting off injuries, but Matt Ryan, he's competing for league MVP against Tom Brady. And the way the overall team is playing, that's why they're ranked my number 3 team against their Week 9 matchup. Moving down the list, at number 2, I went with the Kansas City Chiefs. This week they'll play the disappointing Jaguars, and it will be an easy win for the Chiefs. The way the Jaguars have been performing, man. And now my number 1 team. Going into their Week 9 matchup is the Dallas Cowboys. After beating the Eagles in overtime, they have moved up to my number 1 spot on the list. I had them at number 1 all because of their Week 9 matchup against a team that can't spell or play football, the Cleveland Browns. Make sure to go vote in our fan poll this week. Vote to tell us what team you think should be number 1 going into Week 9. The fan poll can be found on our First and Vaughan Twitter page. It is time to finish out the show. RJ, give me 30 seconds on the clock. It's time to go rapid fire in the pocket and give our viewers my take on 3 debatable subjects going to this upcoming Week 9.
Jacob, do you think Cam Newton has been getting hit late and receiving no calls from the refs?
Since week 1, Cam Newton got destroyed late on every play by Denver Broncos when they were headhunting. Ever since week 1, it has continued. Every team has been going after Newton. Maybe it's because he was the NFL MVP last year and tends to celebrate a lot, but the refs need to protect him and give Cam Newton the right calls. I understand Cam Newton's 6'5", 245 pounds, and is the biggest player in the field most of the time, but Cam said he doesn't feel safe, and that's the NFL's biggest concern, player safety. Something needs to come out of this Cam Newton's meeting with Commissioner Roger Goodell this week for sure.
Jacob, why is the NFL taking away all celebrations after a player scores or makes a big play?
I'm trying to hear this one. I didn't even know about it. This is why. That's why.
Well, RJ, the NFL, from little to big celebrations, Vernon Davis shooting the football, to the bow and arrow, Cam Newton, everything is being taken away. Players have even been getting fined for having fun, like Antonio Brown. He was twerking. He got fined like $20,000 for that. This needs to stop. I love seeing players celebrate. After all their hard work, celebrating is what they all want to do. The NFL is known for its entertainment. They're taking all that away. The refs are throwing penalty flags, that's taken away, and now can't even celebrate. We're paying to watch the players do what they do.
Jacob, what is up with all these overtime games and some ending in ties? Ties away.
The NFL must change this. It's embarrassing to end an NFL game in a tie. The NFL has had 2 ties in the past 2 weeks, the first time since I was born. A tie ball game can result in hurting your team's position in their division. Tie games need to not be a thing. The NFL can easily switch to the format like how college football starts in overtime. They start in their red zone, then they score, another team has to score, and they go back and forth until a team wins. I like that format, and it would be a good idea for Commissioner Roger Goodell to look into. Thank you for watching First and Vaughan. Don't be shy. Follow us on all of our social media accounts. Give us a like, retweet, comment, or mention. Make sure you use hashtag First and Vaughan. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube page. We are thankful for all the support and continue to spread the word about First and Vaughan. We hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Be sure to check us out every Wednesday night. RJ and I will try to do better next week. Have a great week 9 in the NFL, everyone. Sam Fleming, close
This
us
is
out.
First and Vaughan, this is First and Vaughan, this is First and Vaughan, you know. Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in today.